Good evening, everyone. Welcome to BYJU'S exam prep. My name is Naveen, and today we'll continue with our series for CAT 2023. We'll be looking at tricky questions for QA, and this is part 2 of the series. Part 1 happened a couple of days ago. So, cost of 72 hens is rupees blank 96.72. Then what will be the cost of a hen where the digit in place of blank is not visible? So, there is a digit here. So we need to actually find out that what digit 96.72 is equal to 72 into which of the given options, right? That's exactly what we need to find out. Okay. So what do you guys think it should be? How to get it? Let's multiply. I hope that will give us the answer. Let's start with the options. Suppose the first option, if I take 3.23 into 72, the last digit is going to end in a 6. We have a 2 here, so A can't be our answer. Let's look at the next one. 5.11 into 72 will end in a 2. We do have a 2, so B may be the answer. 5.51 into 72 will again end in 1 into 2, that is 2. 2 is there in the product, so it may be the answer. 7.22 into 72 will end in a 4. We need a 2, so D can't be our answer. So between B and C, which one is going to be the answer? So all we have to do is choose one of the two options, solve it. If it gives us the given LHS, great. If it doesn't, means we need to move over to the next value. Right? Move over as in that, of course, the other will be the answer. So which one shall we prefer? 511 lele? So 511 into 72. So this is what we are going to have. Right? So this will end in a 2, 9, 7, 6, 3. So 367.92, but we have something, it may be 3, who knows, 96.72. So B is also not our answer. We are pretty sure it's going to be C. I hope everybody agrees, right? Let's see. C is our answer. Great. Next question. Fresh grapes contain 90% water while dry grapes contain 20% water. What is the weight of dry grapes obtained from 20 kg of fresh grapes? So what we have is a bunch of fresh grapes, right? How many kgs? No idea. Now, any fruit or any vegetable, it is made up of two components. One is the water and the other is something which is not water. Let's call that as pulp. So water in fresh grapes is 90%, while in the case of pulp, it's obviously the leftover 10%. Now, when we talk about dry grapes, how will we make fresh grapes change into dry grapes? How will we convert? अंगूर को किशमिश कैसे बनाते हैं? We will make sure that it loses water. Pulp we don't take out. Pulp remains the same. Water gets removed. So if some of the water gets removed, how much we don't know as of now, then we will end up in dry grapes. How many kgs of dry grapes do we have? We don't know that, but we do know that we have 20 kg of fresh grapes. So this is 20 kg, right? Okay. So dry grapes will also contain the two components. It will contain water as well as it will contain pulp. Water is, as per the question, it's given as 20% water and pulp is going to be remaining 80%, right? So this is a question which is based on base change of percentages. So if I divide it into two parts, one part, the first column is about only water. The second part is only about grapes. So which one is going to remain constant? As in water in fresh grapes is same as water in dry grapes, or pulp in fresh grapes is same as pulp in dry grapes. Whichever remains same, we will use that. Actually, we can use either, but it will be easier if we use the component which remains the same. So pulp doesn't go anywhere, right? So amount of pulp in fresh grapes will be the same amount of pulp in dry grapes. So can we say that 10% of 20 kg that is the pulp in fresh grapes, will be same as 80% of dry grapes ka quantity, which is let's say x kg. All we have to do is solve this, and it's pretty easy. Percentage goes away, 1 0, that is 10 goes away, so we'll be left with x as 20 upon 8, and 20 upon 8 is nothing but 2.5. So 2.5 kg, B becomes our answer. So this is a question based on base change logic of percentage. Base matlab denominator change. Okay? So B is our answer. Next one. The price of a Maruti car rises by 30%. Rises matlab badha, plus increases. While the sales of the car come down by 20%. Down by 20% means it decreased by 20%. Minus ho gaya. What is the percent change in total revenue? So there are at least 3 different ways to solve it. I'll be discussing 2 ways to solve this. The first approach being using the formula A plus B plus AB upon 100 percentage, because this is successive in nature, right? So price into sales will give us revenue, right? If you guys have never heard of this formula, remember it now. Price, कितने एक कार का क्या price है, क्या rate है, into the number of cars, that is the quantity, will give us the total revenue component. कितने पैसे pay करने पड़ेंगे, or how much you are going to earn, either way. So here A is plus 30 and B is minus 20. So A is plus 30 and B is minus 20. Excuse me. We are supposed to put it back here. Once we do that, we will get 30 plus minus 20 plus 30 into minus 20 all divided by 100. So 30 minus 20 will give us 10, and the 2 tens or the zeros will go away. 3 into minus 2 is minus 6. So this is what you will end up with. So this is going to be 4%. Final answer plus mein hai na, so plus 4. So plus 4% is what you will get. The second approach is using multiplying factor. These are always the faster approach. Okay. So whenever you have something which is called plus 30%, you always write that as 100% plus 30%. हमेशा 100% में add होता है या subtract होता है, जो भी करना है. 100% is special number in case of percentages. Always. Not in this question, but every single question. Whenever you have percentage change, this is what you do. So this ends in 130%, which can also be written as 130 by 100, which is 1.3. Similarly, 20% minus, so minus 20% will become 100%, and put this minus 20% here. This will result in 80%, and 80% is nothing but 80 by 100, which is 0.8. इनको बोलते हैं multiplying factors. So price की जगह पे write 1.3. Sales की जगह you write 0.8. 1.3 into 0.8 will give you 13 into 8, which is 104. So it will result in 1.04. And 1.04 is 104%, right? Just उसका उल्टा करेंगे तो it will become 104%. And what is 104%? It's 100% plus 4%. Using the same logic, can we say here the overall change in the revenue is going to be 4% increase? So plus 4. Multiplying factors are extremely helpful. Okay. If you use it, it's going to be very easy. Yeah. Hi Parv. Hi Agrima. Kali, I don't know. I mean, kaisa hai? If it's a university around your place, you will have better idea. But comparison, if you're asking me to do, then it's compared to which college? No idea, right? So, आप वो एक बार जरा देख लो कि किस कॉलेज से कंपेयर कर रहे हो. Then I will be able to help you more on that. Okay. Next, how many even integers where n lies from 100 to 200 are divisible neither by 7 nor by 9? ठीक है. तो 100 to 200, how many numbers do we have? We have 101 numbers here. Count करो. 100, 101, 102 up to 200. 101 numbers होगा. ठीक है. From these 101 numbers, if I subtract all those numbers which are divisible by 7 or 9, so can I say I will get the numbers that are neither divisible by 7 or 9? I'll repeat. 101 numbers जो भी हैं, from there, if I remove those numbers which are divisible by 7 or 9, then the leftover will be जो 7 से भी नहीं होता होगा और 9 से भी नहीं होता होगा. So our target is not to find not divisible by 7 or 9. Our target is to find divisible by 7 or 9. So check करते हैं. 7 के multiples में which numbers do we have from 100 to 200 which are divisible by 7? Only even numbers, right? So we will have, since we are talking about even integers, so there are not 100, there are 101 numbers, but actually there are only 51 even numbers, है ना? इसमें से केवल even वाले हटाएंगे. Why to consider odd? So in the table of 7, which is the first number that is even and it is 100 or more. So 7 के table में you get 98 if you remember. Then next is 105. Next is 114. है ना? So 114 9 7 है ना? 112, sorry. 112. So 112 is the first number. Next number will be 14 more again. 14 और ज़्यादा कितना हो जाएगा? 126. 14 more will become 140. 14 more will become 154. 14 more will give us 168. 14 more will give us 182. 14 more will give us 196. So these are the numbers which are in the table of 7, even numbers only. Odd नहीं लिखा मैंने, इसलिए 14 का jump करा. What about 9? In the table of 9, but even number. So 99 is the first number before 100, which is in the table of 9. After 99, the next number we will have is going to be 108, which is even and divisible by 9. So 108. फिर आप 18 का jump करोगे, not 9 का, because even plus even number in the table of 9 plus 9 will give you odd. जैसे 108 में 9 add करो, I'll get 117. 117 is divisible by 9, but it's odd. We only have to worry about the even numbers, right? So we will jump by 18. So 108 plus 18 is 126. 126 plus 18 is 144. 144 plus 18 is 162. 162 plus 18 is 180. 180 plus 18 is 198. So total 51 even numbers में से how many numbers do we have where they are divisible by 7 or 9? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Remember 126 is already counted. 144, 162, 180, 198. How many numbers do we have here? So we had 7 numbers here and we have another 5 numbers here, right? So 7 plus 5, there are 12 numbers out of 51 numbers which are even and they are in the table of 7 or 9. So इस 51 में से, if you remove this 12, we will get our all those numbers, right? Where they are going to be divisible by 7 or 9. Acha, I am not visible, so I'll remove myself. ठीक है? चलो. So 39 is the answer. 39. Okay. Next one. मैं अपने आप को विजिबल करवा देता हूं फिर से. Okay. Let T be the set of integers 3, 11, 19, 27 and so on. And S be a subset of T such that sum of no two elements of S is 470. The maximum possible number of elements in S is. So, देखो 470 बनाना है. 3 will get added to 467 to become 470. 3 किसी और नंबर के साथ ऐड होके 470 नहीं बनाएगा. Why we are taking only two numbers? Because it says sum of no two numbers, no two elements. So if I choose 3, I can't choose 467. If I choose 467, I can't choose 3, right? Similarly, 11 and 459, if you add them, that will also give us 470. तो 11 select करा तो 459 नहीं कर सकते, 459 करा तो 11 नहीं कर सकते, because if you select both, then they will add up to give you 470. So can I say whatever number of numbers we have, we can take only half of those? So how many numbers are we going to have here? So 3, 11, कितने का jump है? 8 का. Then you have 19, कितने का jump है? 8 का. And this continues, and the last one is 467. ये भी 8 का jump करते हुए आया होगा. This is called an arithmetic progression, where you start with a number, you keep on adding a specific number again and again and again to generate the next value in the series. How many terms are here? कितने numbers हैं इधर को? तो इसके लिए देखो, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add 5 हर number में. Why? You will understand it very soon. So when I add 5 to it, this becomes 8, this becomes 16, this becomes 24, and this one will become 472. Look at these numbers, 8, 16, 24, 472. These are nothing but the numbers in the table of 8. This one is 8 into 1, this one is 8 into 2, this one is 8 into 3, 1, 2, 3. 472 is going to be 8 into 59. Okay? So can I say there are a total of 59 numbers? Now out of these 59 numbers, 3 और 467 में से कोई एक लेंगे. 11 and 459 में से I'll take one of them. 19 and 451 में से I will take one of them. So either I will take the left value or the right value. If this continues, can I say 59 numbers is actually 58 plus 1? 58 means there are going to be 29 pairs and one value. वो value कौन सी होगी? Middle value. Now in an arithmetic progression, how do you find the middle value? Middle value is taken as the average of the first and last. 3 and 467 का average क्या होगा? 470 का half, which is going to be 235. Right? So there are going to be 29 pairs and then this one extra value. So from those 29 pairs, can I say I can take only 29 values? इधर से कोई एक, इधर से कोई एक, इधर से कोई एक. So let's assume RHS वाला सारे values ले लिया. And then I can take this also because 235 will get added to itself to generate 470. But we have only one 235. एक और 235 नहीं है कि add होके 470 बनेगा. So can we say there will be a total of 30 values which we can select from those many values in the set such that sum of no 2 will end up in 470. So 30 becomes our answer. Right? Okay. Next question. 3 friends returning from a movie stopped to eat at a restaurant. After dinner, they paid their bill and noticed a bowl of mints at the front counter. Sita took 1/3 of the mints, but returned 4 because she had a momentary pang of guilt. Fatima then took 1/4 of what was left, but returned 3 for similar reasons. Ishwari then took half of the remainder, but threw 2 back into the bowl. The bowl had only 17 mints left when the raid was over. How many mints were originally in the bowl? Okay, since we have the options, we can start from there. 38 से शुरू करते हैं. Suppose there were 38 mints in the bowl. What happens? Sita first of all takes 1/3 of it. Can we calculate 1/3 of 38? नहीं, point में आएगा. Right? 39 is divisible by 3, 38 is not. So Sita can't, there could not be initially 38 mints in the bowl because Sita can't buy any from there. So 38 तो नहीं है. Let's take the next option B, 31. Suppose there were 31 mints in the bowl initially, and then Sita went and she took 1/3 of the mints. So 31 का 1/3 Sita takes. 1/3 of 31 क्या होगा? It's again in point. You can do 1/3 of 30 or 33. 31 या 32 का 1/3 तो होता नहीं. So B also can't be your answer. Let's check the next option, C. 41. 41 total mints are there in the bowl, let's say. Sita is going to take 1/3 of it. 41 का 1/3 तो होता नहीं है, 42 का होता है. So 41 also can't be your answer. We had the option, so we solved it. And we did not even have to go beyond this phrase. कुछ आगे चेक भी नहीं करना पड़ा. इतना ही काफी था कि the total number of mints should be in the table of 3 so that somebody can take 1/3 out of it. It's a very common sense based calculation, right? आपको अगर किसी नंबर्स को k से अगर डिवाइड करना है तो ऊपर में k चाहिए, तभी तो डिवाइड होगा. सेम लॉजिक है. So none of these. Next question. 10 years ago, the ages of the members of a joint family of 8 people added up to 231 years. 3 years later, one member died at the age of 60 years and a child was born during the same year. After another 3 years, one more member died, again at 60, and a child was born during the same year. The current average age of this 8-member joint family is going to be nearest to. So this is a question based on averages. Mansi, this is made up of all the topics of quant. This is not just one topic. So we are doing percentages as in arithmetic, we are doing numbers, we'll be doing algebra, geometry, some mixed. Okay, so I need the space. 10 years ago, the ages of the members of a joint family of 8 people added up to 231 years. ठीक है, 8 years ago, sorry 10 years ago. अभी क्या कौन सा साल चल रहा है? 2023. So let's talk about 2013. In 2013, the number of people were 8 and the total age of these people were 231 years, right? So this is the year, this is the number of people, and this is the total number of people. Next it says 3 years later. 3 years later मतलब 2016 में. One member died at the age of 60 years and a child was born. So tell me, 231 years तो total age था in 2013. So 2016 में, can I say in 3 years, each of these 8 members grew by 3 years? हर किसी का उम्र 3 साल से बढ़ेगा. 3 साल हो गया ना? So can we say there will be an increase of these many years? Out of these, one person died at the age of 60. So his age vanishes from the sum. And a child was born during the same year. Since the child was born, he is considered to be 0 years of age. आप ही सोचो, आपने जब पैदा लिया था तो आप 1 साल के थोड़ी थे. You were considered as 0 years. And the moment you, the time elapsed since the day of your birth, it happens to be 1 year, then we say that you are 1 year old. The number of people, can I say, remained same 8? क्योंकि 8 में से 1 कम हुआ, फिर 1 आ भी गया. So how much will this is this going to be? This is actually 24 minus 60, which is nothing but minus 36. So 36 कम हो जाएगा. ठीक है? Next, after another 3 years, that is in the year 2019, one more member died again at 60 and a child was born. So can we say number of people will remain 8 or 231 minus 36 what we had initially? फिर से वही कहानी होगी. Can I say another 36 years need to be subtracted? 24 add होगा in the age of everyone, but because of that person who's dying at the age of 60, his age gets subtracted. So effectively 36 का reduction फिर से होगा, right? So this is going to give us 231 minus 72. So 31, 5, 41, 41 means 159 years हो गया. If 8 people's total age is 159 years, can we say average age of a person in this family will be 159 by 8? Now 159 मेरे को नहीं पता 8 से कितना देता है. I do know that 160 by 8 is going to be 20 years. So the average age of each of the members in 2019 was 20 years. Question is the current age of this 8-member joint family. So 2019 में if the average age is 20 years, so 2023 में यानी कि 4 साल के बाद what will be the average age? Average will also increase by 4. So this will change to 24 years. So the average age of these 8-member family will become 24 years. So option A should be the answer. Option A is the answer. Next question. In the figure, ACB is a right angle triangle. AD is the altitude. Circles are inscribed within the triangle ACD, BAD. P and Q are the centers of the circles. The distance PQ is. Okay. So this is going to use 3 important concepts of geometry. First is about right triangles. The next is about similarity. And the third is when there is a partition between circles. Okay. So let's start with the right triangles. For that, I will have to draw some figures. So I'm going to draw it for you guys. Okay. तो चलो ड्रॉ करते हैं. एक ट्रायंगल पहले ड्रॉ करते हैं. ठीक है. राइट एंगल ट्रायंगल ड्रॉ करते हैं पहले. So I will change the color. So this is, suppose we have a right angle triangle. Okay. Next is I need similarity. So for similarity, I will need another right angle triangle which is going to be similar to this. मतलब इससे एक छोटा triangle बना लेते हैं. ठीक है. Okay. The third thing that I need is actually 2 circles. एक छोटा सा सर्किल ले लेते हैं. ठीक है. और इसके बाजू में एक बड़ा सा सर्किल with a partition between them. That is important. Okay. Between them we need a partition. तो एक पार्टीशन ड्रॉ कर लेते हैं. सो पार्टीशन ड्रॉ करने के लिए भी वी विल नीड केस जहां पर कि ये परफेक्ट पार्टीशन की तरह दिखे. सो आई विल मूव द सर्कल्स टू द लेफ्ट एंड राइट. ठीक है. सो बोथ द सर्कल्स आर एक्चुअली टचिंग the partition. They are not touching each other. Okay. And I will also draw the ground so that it is less confusing. तो मैं ground भी इधर draw कर देता हूँ कि on this ground the circles are aligned. They are sitting there. ठीक है. चलो. Now we are ready. So let's talk about a right angle triangle. So in a right angle triangle, okay, ये आपका 90 degree इधर है. So first thing about right angle triangle is, suppose this side is altitude known as A, this is base and this is hypotenuse. So the in radius given by small r, ये formula आपको याद रखना पड़ेगा, is given by the formula altitude plus base minus hypotenuse upon 2, and this formula is only applicable for right angle triangles. ठीक है. केवल right angle triangles के लिए applicable होता है. So this is the first thing. The second thing about right angle triangles is about triplets. Okay. So the triplets, if there are going to be 3:4:5, or it may be 5:12:13, or it may be 7:24:25. There are some very common triplets those are the triplets that you will have to remember. Okay, these are the 4 very common triplets. Next thing about similarity. So similarity states that suppose if these sides of the large triangle are A, B and H, and small wala triangle ka suppose one side is K, the corresponding side, then the other two sides are also going to be KH and KB. ठीक है, ये compulsory है. In a right angle triangle, when you draw a perpendicular from the vertex containing 90 degree, तो यहां पर तीन ट्राइंगल्स बनते हैं, एक ये छोटा वाला, एक ये मीडियम साइज और एक ओरिजिनल. All the three triangles are similar and they are always similar. ठीक है, तो अब we will take a pause here. We will not go to the partition between the circles. We will try to solve this. Okay. उसके लिए, if you look at this, this is 90 degree here, right? At A, I'm talking about the large triangle ABC. This is 15, this is 20. Ratio क्या है इसका? 15:20. What is the ratio? This is 3:4. The moment you get 3:4, you know which triplet you are working with. So this is 3:4:5. जैसे ही ये 3, 4, 5 हो गया तो 3 into 5 is 15, 4 into 5 is 20, 5 into 5 is 25. We know the third side. ठीक है? Okay. Next is, if we look at the small triangle ABD, ठीक है? ABD देखो आप, और ट्राइंगल ABC देखो. You look at the left hand side triangle and the large triangle. What you will find that they are similar, right? ये वाला point, सारे right angle triangle similar होंगे, छोटा वाला, medium और बड़ा, तीनों similar होंगे एक दूसरे के. So when this happens, so you take one particular side. So I'm going to take the hypotenuse of every right angle triangle that we are looking at. So सबसे छोटे वाले triangle का hypotenuse अगर आप देखोगे तो वो 15 है. सबसे बड़े वाले ट्राइंगल का अगर आप हाइपोटेन्यूज देखोगे तो ये 25 है. एक काम करते हैं, एडीसी भी देख लेते हैं. एडीसी का हाइपोटेन्यूज अगर आप देखोगे दैट इज 20. ठीक है. नाउ यूजिंग सिमिलैरिटी, व्हाट इज द इन रेडियस? व्हाट इज द इन रेडियस? मैं जरा इसको यहां से हटा के ऊपर लिख देता हूं. This thing is 25. What is the in radius of the largest triangle? 15 plus 20 minus 25 by 2. Right? ये आपको देगा 5. तो 25 के सामने 5 दिख रहा है. Right? Ratio है ना? Similarity. So if you are seeing 5 in front of 25, यानी कि divided by 5, तो इधर भी divided by 5 4 होना चाहिए और इधर भी divided by 5 3 होना चाहिए. As in the triangles, hypotenuse or every side, they are in the ratio of 3:5:4 and their actual in radii are also 3, 5 and 4. पर हमें चाहिए था केवल in radii. छोटे वाले सर्किल का in radii is 3, बड़े वाले सर्किल का, I mean, there are only two circles, right? Iska in radii is 4. So what is the distance between PQ? Is it 7? 9. This is where now we will have to use the second, not the second, the third figure. मान से 3, 4, 5 की जगह पे अगर आपको 3 की जगह 15 दिख रहा, 4 की जगह 20 दिख रहा, तो पजल है, 5 की जगह क्या दिखना चाहिए? तो 3 into 5 is 15, 4 into 5 is 20, तो 5 into 5, हर नंबर का 5 टाइम्स हो रहा है ना, तो यहाँ 25 होना चाहिए. That's how we got the third side as 25. Now, once we have figured out the in radii, we can go ahead and try to solve what happens when we have two circles that are separated by a partition between them. So if I need the distance between the centers, मेरे को अगर ये distance चाहिए, So this is how we can calculate this distance. Remember, this is 3, छोटे वाले सर्कल का इन रेडियाई. This is 4, बड़े वाले सर्कल का इन रेडियाई. These are perpendicular radii. And if we happen to draw a line like this, तो क्या होगा? आपको यहां पर ये जो 4 लेंथ था उसमें से 3 इधर आ जाएगा और 1 इधर आ जाएगा. See, it doesn't look like a 3 and a 1 because we have not drawn the figure up to the scale. But out of 4, we know कि whatever height you are going to have here, same height इधर होगा. आप ऐसे समझो कि 2 आपके पास poles या bamboos हैं, उसके across you have put one ladder. So whatever height of the ladder you will have on the left hand side, the same height you will have on the right hand side. Right? Okay. Next is, if you look at this distance, this is also 3. If you look at this distance, this is 4. Kyun? Because if you remember, if this is 3, तो यहां से यहां तक भी 3 होगा. They both are radii. If this one is 4, तो ये भी 4 होगा. They both are radii. अगर वो 4 होगा तो नीचे भी 4 होगा. It's only shifting the segments up, down, left, right. है ना? So that's the reason this turns out to be 3, this turns out to be 4. So यानी कि ये जो length है आपका center से इधर, this distance turns out to be 7, 3 plus 4, and this distance turns out to be 1, which is 4 minus 3. So what will be the hypotenuse of this right angle triangle now? It will be given as under root 7 square plus 1 square using Pythagoras. So this is going to be under root 50. So the distance between PQ is going to be under root 50. Okay? Under root 50. This is not an easy question. Okay? So whenever this question came way back in 2002, I believe some of you were not even born at that time. Right? So this question is considered to be moderate and difficult ke beech, because there are more than 3 steps and every step is important and they have a specific way you have to use the steps. Okay, next question. In the figure below, so this is not below, this is at the side. The rectangle at the corner measures 10 centimeter into 20. So this one is 10 and this one is 20. तो एक काम करता हूँ, मैं इस फिगर को थोड़ा सा बड़ा कर देता हूँ, so that it's more visible to you guys, and 10 and 20 will make more sense. So I hope this will make sense now. So this one is 20 and let's say this one is 10. जो छोटा उसको 10 कर देते हैं, बड़े वाले को 20 कर देते हैं. The corner A of the rectangle, this rectangle, remember बड़ा वाला square है, ये rectangle है, this is a rectangle shape, है ना? So the corner A of the rectangle is also a point on the circumference. Means ये सर्किल पे भी लाई करता है पॉइंट है, isn't it? इस 10 को ना इधर लिख देता हूं. So this is 10. So it lies on this rectangle also, it lies on the circle as well. We need to find out what is the radii of this particular circle. इसको O मान लेते हैं. So what is the distance OA is what we need to find out. It's the same logic that we just saw. Okay, exactly वही करना है. आपको क्या करना है? आपको ये लेंथ निकालना है. What is this? Don't know. Let's say this is the radii. Right? Okay. If I drop a perpendicular here, और मैं इधर भी एक लाइन ड्रॉ कर देता हूं, तो ये लेंथ कितना होगा? ये भी रेडियाई होगा. So what will be this length? Can I say this length will be same as the length here? सामने जितना दिख रहा होगा वही लेंथ इधर भी होगा. This is nothing but 10, है ना? ये वाला 10 इधर है. So this distance is going to be r minus 10. This distance is going to be r. This distance is r. ये भी radii है, center से on the circumference, center से on the circumference. Using the same logic, this distance is also entirely r. Radii hai circle ka, right? All the three. If you look here, if that is 20, this is also going to be 20. और पूरा r था, तो this distance is going to be r minus 20. Now, if you look at the right angle triangle over here, तो इसमें से अपने को 3 साइड पता है. Hypotenuse is r, this side is r minus 10, and this side is r minus 20. So we can use the Pythagoras theorem and say r square is equal to r minus 10 ka whole square plus r minus 20 ka whole square, using the Pythagoras theorem of hypotenuse square is equal to altitude square plus base square. है ना? Now, don't open the squares and solve. Use the options. So if I choose the first option, if I put radius as 10, तो ये तो negative हो जाएगा. If I take r as 40, 40 square is equal to 30 square plus 20 square. ये तो नहीं होता ना जी. 4 का square is 16, 3 का square is 9, 2 का square is 4, 9 plus 4, 16 तो नहीं होता. तो this can't be your answer. Let's look at C now. If I put radius as 50, 50 minus 10 is 40 ka square, 50 minus 20 is 30 ka square, 30 square plus 40 square is equal to 50 square. If you remember the triplet that we just saw in the last question, this is in the ratio 3:4:5. तो ये आंसर तो होना चाहिए. अगर आपको ट्रस्ट नहीं है तो 5 square 25 होता है, 4 square 16 होता है, 3 square is 9, 16 plus 9 is 25. So the answer turns out to be C. Okay? C हो जाएगा आंसर. Okay. Next question. So I will unhide myself. So everyone, whoever is watching, please like the video. In case you are not able to understand the concept, or if you are not able to understand how the solution, how it was solved, it's most probably that you have not solved the question in that way, or you have not completed that part of the syllabus from which the question is. For example, वो geometry वाला question जो था, where you had 2 circles inside the triangle, if you have no idea what happened, it's because you haven't completed geometry, right? You haven't looked at the formulas, you don't know what similarity is. Okay? Next question is, A and B walk from X to Y. So this is a point X, this is a point Y. A and B, they both walk from X to Y. A distance of 27 kilometers. So this is a distance of 27 kilometers. The speed of A is 5 km per hour. So I will simply write 5, and speed of B is 7 km per hour because it says respectively. Now what happens is, I'll use a different color for B and I'll use a different color for A. Now what happens is, B reaches Y, so B goes to Y and immediately turns back, meets A at Z. ठीक है? वो A से मिलता है. Question is, what is the distance from X to Z? So wherever they meet, that is Z. So we need to find this out. Now this is a question which is based on a concept which some of you may have learned, which is known as the relative speed ka concept. If anyone who has not learned relative speed, never solved it using relative speed, there is another very simple way to solve this. This is the scenario where we can solve using proportion. ये ratio and proportion के concept में आता है. In the case of proportion, we say that when time is constant, speed is directly proportional to distance. तो ये जो आपको speeds 5 and 7 दिख रहा है, ये speeds नहीं रहे अब. These are the distances covered by A and B. So A covers 5 kilometers, 5 segments, something like that, and B covers 7 kilometers or something like that. ठीक है? अब इसको further if you understand this proportion part, there are two ways to solve it. या तो आप properly solve कर लो, write down, solve the solution as you write down the solution, or you can use the option. Both of them are very smart ways to do this. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to solve it using, as in solve it properly. So मैं क्या करने वाला हूं, मैं इस पूरे distance को average of 5 and 7 में divide करने वाला हूं. So I'm going to divide this into 6 equal parts. So far 2. These are 6 equal parts. Out of these 6 equal parts, B is going to cover 7 and A is going to cover 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. याद है B Y पे पहुंच के फिर U turn मारता है? 7. And A covers 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we know exactly where they meet. They meet here. Now, if you remember, the entire distance is 27 kilometers. So what is the length of every segment? Can I say 27 divided by 6, which is 9 ka half, 4.5 kilometers lamba hai har koi segment. So this is 4.5 kilometers, 4.5, 4.5, 4.5, 4.5. This is also 4.5, of course. So what is the distance from X to Z? 4.5 into 5. There are 5 segments, each of length 4.5. So 4.5 into 5. 4 into 5, 20 hota hai. 4.5 into 5 will be more than 20, and in point, B becomes our answer. So ये proper solution हो गया. The next approach could have been without using this approach. Options use कर लेते हैं. Speed is directly proportional to distance का मतलब है speed of A is to speed of B will be same as distance covered by A and distance covered by B का ratio. This is exactly what proportion in TSD means. There are 3 proportions, उसमें से एक ये होता है. What is the speed of A and B? What are their speeds? It's 5:7. तो अब इनके distances covered भी 5:7 ही होंगे. Let's take the first option. A covers 25. Why? X to Z जा कौन रहा है? A जा रहा है ना. B तो X to Z से आगे तक जाता है और फिर वापस भी आता है, right? And how many kilometers does B cover? Can I say B covers the entire 27 in order to reach Y? पहले तो Y जाता है तो 27 पूरा cover करेगा. And then he takes a U-turn and covers 27 में से 25 अगर A करा तो 2 और करा B. So 29. Is this ratio same? 5:7 and 25:29? No. Let's take the next option. 5:7. 22.5 is what A has covered. So can I say B is going to cover 27 plus 22.5 अगर A cover करता है तो बचा हुआ 4.5 B और करेगा. 27 plus 4.5 is going to be 31.5. If you take the ratio and try to solve it, you will find that it is in the same ratio. ठीक है? So this is using options. The first approach was using proportion. The third approach will be using formulas, equations. Formula matlab using variable and equations and then trying to solve it. Once you have practiced similar questions more and more, you can actually get to the answer much faster than what I have done just now. You can straight away, तो मैं अपने आप को यहां से हाइड कर लेता हूं, so that I can write the shortcut here. X to Z, A is going to cover. So what you are going to do is, ये जो total distance है 27, इसका double करोगे, and you are going to divide this in the ratio 5:7. This will give you the answer. In other words, this becomes 5 by 5 plus 7 12th of 27 into 2. ये आपको directly 22.5 दे देगा. Had the question been Y to Z, तो X to Z 22.5 है, तो Y to Z will be 27 minus 22.5, right? Okay. So 22.5 is going to be the answer. So I hope people who have completed geometry and time, speed and distance and proportion and numbers may have understood a lot and also got an idea as to how to proceed with the question, what are the shortcuts we can use, and so on and so forth. So we have and we are going to start our latest batch for CAT 2023. So these are our giveaways. We provide you with tablet, more than 200 hours of live classroom sessions, concept discussion, problem solving, more than 75 mocks with video solutions and analysis, more than 10,000 practice questions, more than 300 engaging lecture videos. We will help you with your doubts and everything. More than 15 power-packed GDPI and VAT sessions. Some of them will be recorded, some will happen live. 4 proper books for you to practice in the offline mode and more than 5 years of previous year questions with solution. So if you want to be one among our CAT 2022 toppers and get more than 99 percentile, please join the batch. In order to join the batch, you can write a scholarship test and avail up to 90% scholarship. The test is scheduled to happen on 1st of April at 7 p.m. That's tomorrow. So please hurry. You can be one among more than 27,000 students who have won the scholarship, and more than 1 crore rupees of scholarship we have already provided to our students. So please register for this. All you have to do is download our app and go to the dashboard, and there you will find how to write the scholarship test. The next session is going to be taken by Mr. Saral. It is going to happen on 4th of April at 7 p.m. The topic is how to manage CAT preparation along with job and or studies. So some of you will be working, right? So the question arises, kab padhe? What should be my schedule? How many hours do I need to put in, right? So please make sure that you join this session on 4th of April at 7 p.m. He will also help you with how to strategize your test taking ability. Okay, everyone will needs to have a different strategy. A strategy that works for X may not work for Y. Right? So for this also you need to register. For the registration link is given in the description below, as well as you can download our app and from there you will get it. Limited seats are available, so please hurry. You can also download our app and attempt our daily section voice quiz, all for free. These all sessions, everything is free. Okay, so you can brush up your basics very quickly. Any topic that you have covered so far, if you take these quizzes, it will boost up your confidence. You will come to know about some new random things. For that, you will have to again download our app. It's all free. Please make sure that you do. Thank you everyone. Thank you for joining. Don't forget to subscribe our YouTube channel if you haven't. Please like the session. Follow us on Instagram. You can like our Facebook page as well. You can join our Telegram channel whose name is BYJU'S Exam Prep for MBA. And don't forget to download the app from Google Play. Thanks. Thanks for joining. Okay. So no doubts, no queries. Chalo. Take care everyone. I'll see you again.